Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Montgomery Waters Meadow for Shrewsbury against Liverpool. A real opportunity here for San Ricketts side at the lower echelons of football up against a Liverpool side who beat Everton in the last round. You may have heard on the game, and a very, very good performance as well by the youngsters. And this should be a cracking cup tie. There have been wins today so far for Manchester City, who beat Fulham quite easily, and Manchester United, who won, winning convincingly. In fact, they're still playing. It's Manchester United. It's Tranmere Rovers 0, Manchester United 6 at the moment. Maguire, Dalot, Lingard, Jones, Martial, Greenwood all have scored from the penalty spot. So Manchester United will be certainly in the fifth round draw this time tomorrow evening. Unfortunately, neither will Burnley, unfortunately, because they were beaten quite tamely, I'm afraid, by Norwich yesterday. So you're listening to a very disappointed inside commentator. I'm not going to show it, of course, but this is what football's all about. This Shrewsbury Town, the graveyard of so many giant killings. They lie, in fact, 16th in League One at the moment. So they have something very much. So yeah, don't worry about it. We'll have a lot of listeners, any viewers anyway, and I'll probably be switching between the live stream on here. It's a bit basic this evening, folks. We haven't got the PlayStation facility. It's very basic here at the Montgomery Windows Meadow, Waters Meadow. It's very basic facilities where we haven't got the usual stuff that we usually have the streams on. So we'll just have to play this one by ear. But one thing's for sure, it should be an amazing atmosphere. The ground is certainly buzzing with anticipation and excitement here. And one thing's for sure, I think this is going to be one heck of a cup tie. It should be a great atmosphere. Nothing like on a cold Sunday afternoon, cup tie football coming to people in the masses. It should be an absolute humdinger. And the atmosphere is superb. And I'm delighted. And let's hope that the football does as much as we can. We're having to use basics. It's almost as if we're in the jungle. Not that Shrewsbury is any sort of jungle. To potential FA Cup shocks. And this should be a humdinger. But absolutely sure. And it takes you back to the 70s when the likes of David Coleman were describing regular cup upsets for Shrewsbury on occasions. There was one famous cup upset at the Old Gay Meadow when Shrewsbury beat Manchester City. Then managed, of course, by the charismatic Malcolm Allison. And it's one of those that really gets the hairs on your neck standing out. Liverpool will have a decent side. They do have one or two regulars in the starting 11 today, which I'll go through in a second. But what a day for Shrewsbury Town. I mean, they needed to get past Bristol City. It was always going to be a tough ask for them today on that replay. But when they came back, they got a point. They got a draw at Ashton Gate and then took Bristol City back to a replay, and they hammered them in the replay. And it sets up a glorious, glorious cup tie here. An atmosphere that's surely going to be fun. We're still waiting for the teams to come out. In the meantime, who's in? Steve Lewin, who's New Caton's daddy, says hello. Sue's on. Hello to JB. If Trevor Sports is on, and I did publicise that we were doing this game on his YouTube channel. If you haven't seen his version of Match of the Day, I'm going to, if you haven't seen it, I will try not to spoil it for you, but there's a little story on there about me and some Trevor bombs. Take a look at that. That's the That's the only spoiler I'll give you, but there we go. Unfortunately, Sue, no, it's just basic. I'm afraid we're just having problems. We're having problems as well. So it's very basic. If we had the PlayStation 4, we might have had it a bit better. But anyway, you've got commentary anyway, and that's important. Liverpool against. You watched it. Well, I am the proud owner of 500 treble bonds. Apparently, it's been sent by C-mail. So Trevor Sports tells me. They'll come in handy as well later in the week. Yeah, what an atmosphere though. It takes you back to proper cup tie fair. This really does. It's a throwback to years gone by. As I was saying, the likes of David Coleman and John Motson commentating regularly on cup upsets up at Shrewsbury. It's one of those, isn't it? And I honestly think that this could be a giant killing. I'm just going to give you the teams very quickly because I'm sure you want to know one or two of the changes in the side. Liverpool especially, from their point of view. Let me give you that Liverpool side. No Allison, he does not travel, incidentally. So it's Adrian Williams, Matip Lovren, Larutsky, Karelia, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, who got the winner against Everton in the last round, you may recall, Elliot, Origi, and Minamino. The bench is quite strong, though. You might be interested in this, Sue. Bench is quite strong. Keita, Firmino, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Hoover. I think that's how you pronounce it, or is it Hoover? Cahella and Alexander-Arnold. Now, any Shrews fans looking in or supporters of the underdogs today, Jason Cummings, in fact, is the top scorer with 4. Ollie Noburn 3. Josh Lauren with 2. Those are the top scorers. But this is the Shrewsbury side that take to the field. 16th in League One, and let's not forget that. Sam Ricketts, the former Bolton man, and Hull City player, is the manager these days. And Shrewsbury lined up as follows. O'Leary in goal, Love, Williams, Ebanks Lundell, Pierre, Goulburn, Goss, Lauren, Wally, Lang, and Norburn, who captains the side. On the bench, Murphy, Edwards, Beckles, former Accrington player, Walker, Adoa, Cummings, and Hart. Not Joe, but as the same name. I think it might be a brother of Joe's. I'm not quite sure anyway. But that's the 2 sets of 18s. This replace in the 5th round. And the referee will be Andre Mariner, and he comes just 40 miles up north from where he's usually situated. That's Birmingham. So about 35 miles he's had to travel from his home in Birmingham up to Shropshire this afternoon. It's nice to be in this part of the country. It's a lovely little town, Shrewsbury. It's great, and this is what FA Cup football is all about. The flags are flying. I'll try and keep abreast some of the comments as much as I can. It's very basic facilities here, so I do appreciate we are using basic facilities. So I do appreciate your patience if I can't read out your comments as quickly as I would. Depends how fast a pace a cup tie it might prove to be. But one thing's for certain, it should be a cracking game. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are at home. And the teams are in that very, very, shall we say, very narrow tunnel here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow, they call it these days. They used to call it the New Meadow due to sponsorship reasons. What do I think of Burnley's loss to Norwich? I'm very disappointed, as you can tell, Newgate, and I'm absolutely annoyed by that. But the less said about that, the better. That will be done in another video, another time. The atmosphere, as I say, is superb. And I, for one, I can't wait for this. It's going to be a magnificent game of football. 2 teams that really will battle it out and battle it out and battle it out. And I think this is going to be an extremely good cup tie, this. So, yeah, bench is very strong. Manchester United, I think, have gone through. We're 6-0 up at Tranmere. So, looks as if the wheels are not falling off Ollie's bus for the time being. The wheels staying very firmly on in Birkenhead tonight. They were, as I said, 6-0. They were leading, as we checked. as Jurgen Klopp and his assistants sit on a very vast bench here. And Kenny Dalglish is in the crowd, a former Liverpool manager and player, and now an ambassador for Liverpool Football Club. Right, let's have a look at the teams then, starting with Shrewsbury Town. Sam Ricketts, the manager. O'Leary starts in goal. Back three today of Williams, Ebanks, Landell, and Pierre. Then a midfield four of Love on the right, Norburn and Goss in the centre, Goldborn on the left, and then it's Wally and it's a three of Wally playing on the right hand side, Lang in the centre, and Lauren in on the left. On the bench, Murphy, Edwards, Beckles, Walker, Zadoa, Cummins, and Hart. Liverpool with Adrian in goal. Back four today of Williams, Nico Williams, Matip, Lovren, the captain, and Laruki. Cavilla, Fabinho, and Jones, the three-man midfield. Cavilla playing on the right, incidentally. And it's Elliott, Melamino, and Origi up front. Melamino will be the central of the three. Origi playing on the left, Elliott on the right. And the two managers embracing and shaking hands before the start of what could be a very competitive cup tie. Sam Ricketts and Jurgen Klopp. This, incidentally, one of the ties of the round. And in fact, Andre Mariner is not the referee. There's going to be a late replacement here. Don't know who's the referee is. It's Simon Hooper, in fact, not Andre Mariner, as it looks as if Andre Mariner has picked up an injury in the build-up. So Simon Hooper, I think, who was due to be the fourth official, is taking over. So Simon Hooper and not Andre Mariner. So there we are. We just had to make one little change there, alteration. Shrewsbury in the blue and gold shirts. You've got sort of gold across the front of the shirt. It's a big gold stripe across the front of the shirt. And away we go then. Liverpool, as I say, have to tell you, all in red. No kick clash. So both teams in traditional colours. Shrewsbury attacking the goal to my left here at the Montgomery Waters Stadium. And Fabinho getting the ball back. And an early touch here for Adrian. He's had a lot of game time he didn't expect since he signed as Alisson's backup at the start of the season when he signed for West Ham. Boy, did he make a good career move. Coming from the depths of despair at the London Stadium to absolute a club that's really going places both at home and abroad. Still unbeaten in the Premier League. I've only lost a couple of competitive games all season, one in the Champions League, one in the Carabao, albeit it was the under-23s that were beaten at Aston Villa, of course, before Christmas. They've already won the Super Cup and the World Club Championships to enter the European Cup they won last season. That's a chance here now for number 7, Wally. He's through, but the flag is up for offside on the left-hand side, and it's a free kick to Liverpool with a minute and a bit gone. The linesman on the far side, I think, was a bit slow there to put his flag up, but he was, in any case, making the correct decisions. Still 0-0, incidentally. If you've joined us late, quite a number of I don't know. It can be anything from a pulled muscle to a groin strain. So it happens, though, in games. Here's Williams with an early cross now from the right-hand side, and it's turned away. It'll be a throw-in to Liverpool on the edge of their own edge of the 6-yard area. United have won 6-0 at Tranmere. So a good result there. Well, Tranmere will be a little bit happy that they've made some financial gains from it. I say, yes, see you later, mate. Enjoy your food and come back if you can make it back. Please do. If you can't, you'll be able to watch this on replay this a bit later on. Anyway, here's Nico Williams, infield for Liverpool. Much strange lineup than it was before, as you can see. As I can see, I should say. Here's Matip now for Liverpool. Lovren is skipper in the side, in case you were wondering, folks. As Williams hits a long diagonal ball from the left, looking towards Divock Origi on the far side. Now the ball breaks kindly now for Wally. Wally tests to turn. And now the ball hit forward there by Ebanks Landell. And that'll be a chase here. And in fact, it'll go for a goal kick, incidentally. And the flag, in fact, was up for offside anyway. And at the moment, Shrewsbury doing okay. Just what Shrewsbury have to do is probably Liverpool, for at least 90% of this match today, you can be sure they're going to have a lot of possession. What Shrewsbury must not do is rush or panic or do anything stupid in any way, because if they do that, Liverpool, even with the side they've got, are very capable, as they proved against Everton in the last round. They can punish teams. So beware. And a good challenge there as Laruki made the break down the left-hand side, and the ball is sort of hooked out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Liverpool, deep inside the Shrewsbury half of the field. If you joined us late, you missed nothing. No clear-cut chances for either Shrewsbury or Liverpool so far here at the Montgomery Waters Stadium. FA Cup 4th round live. First of 2 live matches tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have the PlayStation 4 back on song, and hopefully Russ Vernon will be in the commentary box, and hopefully we'll have Mike as well alongside. It's Bournemouth against Arsenal. We'll try and get Mike alongside Russ, because that double act worked an absolute treat at Sheffield United. We'll try and reunite the Monday night double act if we can for that big cup tie at the Vitality Stadium. That's one more game left after this, and then of course before that we'll bring you coverage of the 5th round draw, which actually takes place on television tomorrow during the One Show, of all things. Never understood why they put the draw on the One Show. It's a very poor program, I have to tell you. It amazes me how they're still going, because they probably get absolutely thumped in the ratings by Emmerdale Farm. But there you go. Anyway, here's Matip now in the centre circle and halfway now for Liverpool. Trots into the Shrewsbury half. Finds Nico Williams. Infield again to number 88, or number 68, I should say, which is Chilavera. Still Liverpool have the ball, and it's 67 here. Elliott playing the ball into the penalty area. And now Melamino. Melamino with the cross comes off Ebanks Landell, and it will be a corner kick to Liverpool on the near side. I might need some Trevor Bonds to get back from Shropshire tonight. The price of train fares these days. Anyway, 5.5 minutes gone at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. So we look at Jurgen Klopp and Sam Ricketts there. Ricketts nearer the television camera, and Jurgen Klopp furthest away. It's a goal kick, in fact. It's the decision from standing referee Simon Hooper, and the ball comes forward. So a bit of drama before the start. Andre Mariner, who was due to referee the game from Birmingham. He must have picked up a late knock or something or other, and Simon Hooper was due to be the 4th official for this match today, has had to take charge at the last minute, and this is the way it is. As Liverpool win a free kick, but just wants a word there with Norburn, the offender. Liverpool just being stopped in their tracks. They were trying to take the free kick a little bit too quickly. 6.5 minutes gone here at the new Meadow. I'm going to call it the new Meadow. I think Montgomery Waters is a bit too much of a tongue twister for a commentator like me. It's just recovered from a very serious cough this week and managed to get through that Man United Burnley game during the week. We were going to bring you the game at Eastlands, but again, the throat, I don't think we could have coped with 2 games in a day. So we just pumped for this one. And as it turned out, it was a bit of a damp squid anyway, because Manchester City were running wild. They won 5-0. Manchester United have won 6-0 against Tranmere Rovers. Although Tranmere will be grateful for the revenue that match alone. Despite the 6-0 drubbing, they'll be very, very grateful for it, because it got them television exposure, it got them on TV, it's earned them about £1 million, which to a club like Tranmere, who are the poor country cousins, sadly on Merseyside, to Liverpool and Everton, that is a lot of money to a team like Tranmere, who something like 25 years ago were challenging for a place in the Premier League. And 20 years ago, they were playing in their only ever cup final, which was in the what was then known as the Worthington Cup, as the shot comes in flat-footed from Origi, and it just goes wide of the far left-hand post and behind for a Shrewsbury goal kick. Just seen again, good build-up play again, lovely football there by Laruki, getting the ball into the penalty area and to the area. Origi getting away for Pierre's challenge, and the shot, as I say, just going wide of the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper's left-hand post, and the goal kick with 8.25 minutes gone. Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 0. And, of course, we'll have the JB man of the match as well later on in the afternoon as O'Leary takes the goal kick now for Shrewsbury. The floodlights are well and truly on now. It's early nights here during the winter time. It's bitterly cold here. But it's been a mild day in Shropshire. I have to say the pitch looks in good nick to say it's a League One pitch. The pitch at Tranmere today, I believe, was very, very cut up, but still Manchester United managed to play some very good football on it and win very comfortably in the end against Tranmere. So anything can happen. This is Williams now in possession for Liverpool. Now Matip back inside his own half. 0-0 is the score. Yeah, it was. I'll just run through the scores. Russ has just messaged in there from the Tranmere, and that's where he's been this afternoon. He's the goal scorers, in case you need reminding, were Maguire and Delors. They scored their goals, first ever goals for Manchester United. Jesse Lingard with one for a while. Phil Jones with a rare goal for him. Martial and Greenwood from the penalty spot. 6-0 Manchester United, and they're into the fifth round. Draw, as I say, takes place tomorrow evening, and then hopefully Russ will be on the mic. Hopefully he can persuade Mike Harniman to join him in the com box at the Vitality, and we will conjure up the old Monday night double act for top class commentary from the Vitality. Shrewsbury against Arsenal, and of course I'll be bringing you coverage of the draw in London, which is taking place at BBC House in London, because that's where the one show, which I'm surprised is still, as I say, still running. Just having a look at the possession stats, this is mouth-wateringly high for Liverpool. 82% possession. Shrewsbury have only had a whopping 18% possession. So I'm not actually too surprised, but I didn't think the statistics would be that much in favour of Liverpool at this stage. And we've got an injury down here, and it's Norburn, the captain, who's down on the floor. He's lying gingerly there. Hurt himself here in challenging Kiriera. And he's hobbling there, isn't he? This is not good news for Shrewsbury Town here. And Trevor's on. Thank you for the Trevor bonds, Trevor. I'm absolutely over the moon about that. I didn't expect to win, quite frankly, but it was a nice surprise whilst prepping for this match. It'll pay my welfare back from Shropshire tonight if it gets there on time, and it'll pay for my trip to Oldham to see my friend there on Wednesday. Thank you very much, Trev. You're an absolute star. There's not been any clear-cut chances, just a minute or two back for Divock Origi, but there's nothing is happening at the moment. There was a bit of late drama as regards the officiating this evening. It was due to be, for those who have joined us late, Andre Mariner for Birmingham was due to be the ref on this game, and he must have pulled up with an injury of some kind, probably just a pulled muscle of some sort. And anyway, Simon Hooper's come in at the last minute to take charge. We're back underway now after that little stoppage, and here's the number 9 here, Lang, getting the ball forward, and now a long ball forward, but it's out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in, I think, to Liverpool, just by the dugouts, adjacent to me over on the far side. I was saying to Trevor last night, he said he was thinking that it wasn't going to be an upset. Well, you look back at old matches of the day, of the past, and most of the time Shrewsbury have played on cup tie specials of the programme. One incident from one game, such game from 1979 springs to mind. Manchester City under that charismatic manager Malcolm Allison went there thinking that they were going to be easy street for them, As goalkeeper O'Leary takes the ball there. Owen Yell, great catch from him. To put out a long ball there for one of the Liverpool lads, and it's well taken. And Maguire and Chapman with the goals that day in January 79, which put Manchester City out of the cup. David Coleman's distinctive loud commentary talked you through that. And of course, they beat Ipswich in 83 as well. They just lost Bobby Robson at that point, Ipswich, of course. And of course, as well, 2003, Nigel Jemson with the winning goal to knock out Everton in the third round. So they've got cup tie pedigree here, Shrewsbury. So this is no easy street for Liverpool here today. If they think it's going to be easy street, they must not get that into their heads. Fabinho now. One or two regulars in the side. Fabinho, Matip, Lovren, all starting. Origi as well. They're getting their opportunities. Origi's a good player to go in there as Nico Williams plays the ball in. And, there was two players going in for it. But one of them, I think, was Melamino in the centre. Good cross from Nico Williams from the right-hand flank here. Lovely ball into the penalty and just missed. Any contact on that? I think O'Leary might have been in trouble there. 14 minutes gone here at the new meadow, or to give it its actual title, the Montgomery Waters. What a name. Montgomery Waters Meadow. I don't want to take the mick out of it, but I know it's sponsorship. And we've got I'm sorry to say, we've got an advert now for Viagra. Now, that is not, I mean, if you're watching this football match at home, then this is not the right sort of sponsorship. You don't want to see a Viagra advert all over the thing. Anyway, back to the game, and here's a chance for Liverpool. There's the first goal. And it's Curtis Jones who scored in 2 rounds running. He scored against Everton. That magnificent goal earlier on in the third round, which took them through, and he scored the opening goal here. Lovely side roll pass towards the left-hand side, and then Curtis Williams with a head of with a finish that a more accomplished striker would have been proud of. Good left-footed shot beyond O'Leary's dive, and into the back of the net, into the right-hand corner of the net. It's a cool finish, and I'm sure a more cultured striker like an Alan Shearer or Michael Owen would have been proud of that one. That was a glorious finish. Cool finish, and Jurgen Klopp applauds it and gets his seal of approval. Now it's a big problem now for Shrewsbury. They had to try and keep it at 0-0 if they possibly could. Now they'll have to come out and leave gaps at the back, I fear. And this is going to be a real... I think this is going to be a real... I fear for Shrewsbury now as Pierre comes forward, but he loses possession. And a throw-in comes in. So 1-0 to Liverpool. We're just coming up to the 16th minute mark here. No great surprises in the fourth round. Millwall dumped out against Sheffield United. The less said about Burnley's result yesterday, the better. I don't really want to dwell on that too much now, because our season is, personally, now with them 2 wins, I think our season's done. Just need to wrap it up with a couple of extra points and we'll be okay. But the season's not worth fighting for now, really, from a personal viewpoint. Anyway, here's Matip now for Liverpool. Back to Lovren. Still, we have one more cup tie tomorrow. That's Bournemouth against Arsenal. What a game that does promise to be down at the Vitality Stadium. Russ has come up with an interesting stat as Liverpool are just passing the ball around at will. I'll just break off for a second. He says that it's actually the first time in Manchester United's long distinguished history that they've had 6 different goal scorers in any one game. Oh, that's an interesting stat. Well, there you are. JB first. You know, our JB stats department always come up trumps. Yeah, it does send out the wrong message, and it's not funny. If you've got children watching, it's not nice. Nobody wants to know about that sort of thing when they're about a young age. Unfortunately, football bows down to everything now, from gambling websites to Viagra tablets. It's just wrong. and it should not be encouraged. And I think the whoever sells the advertising space on those billboards, those luminous billboards you see now at every ground up and down the country, I think they need to take a look at it now. Unfortunately, in this day and age, money talks, and not looking after people. It's just wrong. 1-0 though to Liverpool. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's not moan and groan. It's a good cup tie. But it's Liverpool. Curtis Jones, I think, is going to be a real star. 2 goals now. He's, I tell you what, if he scores in the next, Liverpool were to get through all the rounds, he's now at this moment in time scored in the 3rd round and the 4th round. So as things stand, every round of the competition Liverpool played in, he has scored in each and every round. So there we go. Anyway, here's a chance now for Lang, but the flag is up for an offside decision. What Shrewsbury must not do is concede is keep it at 1-0 if they can before half-time. Well, I tell you what, I think Lang's a bit unfortunate there to be tagged offside. I thought he timed his run perfectly there. I think the linesman was a little bit hasty with the flag. I thought Lang had timed his run perfectly. And here come Shrewsbury again. Once again, Jones back for Liverpool. That's good disciplined defending. They do look very sturdy in defence, Liverpool. They really do. Good solid football team they are. And look at that already. Just shows the golfing class between these two sides. 20 passes Shrewsbury, 149 passes Liverpool. And you can see why they're top dogs in England and in Europe when they play football of the highest quality. And even with the youngsters, they play the Jurgen Klopp way, and that is good to see. And I've been impressed with tap it back. And Liverpool Shrewsbury goal kick. And it remains 1-0 with 20 minutes gone. And at the moment, it's looking very ominous, I'm afraid, for Shrewsbury Town. Who, as I said at the start, are lying 16th in League Two at the moment. And they need to show a little bit more spirit and guile and determination, I suppose, if they're really going to be serious to try and challenge Liverpool here. Mind you, we saw a 5th round tie involving Spurs and Rochdale, and Rochdale came back twice a couple of years ago and forced a replay at Wembley, so you never know. Let's not give up hope of a potential cup upset. There is a danger, though, for Liverpool. They could get way too complacent, and Shrewsbury just need to start hanging there. If they could get in at half-time, maybe a goal down, or even better, and try and nick one before half-time, nick a goal before half-time, it would set up the second half really, really good. And they've won a free kick on halfway. That's good, but that they've done that. Goss has got the free kick. Simon Hooper was eagle-eyed there to spot the decision just on halfway. Shrewsbury, just to let you know, they're in their traditional colours of gold and blue. They've got a gold stripe down the middle of their shirts, down the front and the middle of their shirts. And, of course, Liverpool need a tell you all in red. So we come up to the halfway mark of the first half. A goal from Curtis Jones deciding things. It's a free kick to the right of the centre circle on the far side, and the free kick comes in. It's a poor free kick there from Ebanks Landell, and now here's a chance now for Liverpool now to try and counter attack. But to be fair there to Williams, he got back very well, and Ebanks Landell just making sure that got back to O'Leary in the goals. And they can't panic, Sam Rickett's side. They can't panic. That's the one thing they should not do at this moment in time. Liverpool are 1-up, and they deserve to be in terms of the statistics and the possession. And there's no doubt about that. Sue is a very, very modest Liverpool fan. I think she's one of the more fair-minded football fans in this world. She says, I'd like it to finish 1-0 to Liverpool. I'd like Liverpool to win, but I'd like Shrewsbury to get something out of this game. Well, that's kind of you. Yeah. But in some cases, sometimes the golfing class is so great, it's untrue. But you never know. Football has a funny way of showing things now. But the pitches of these days, even in the lower leagues, are so slick. And even if you go to lower league now, you've got 4G. You've got artificial 4G pitches as well. Trevor's very optimistic. He'd like to see the game finish 9-9. I'd be out of voice by then, Trev. I've just got my voice back after a long week. Yeah, see me throat. I swallowed a lot of dust whilst cleaning, and I was choking for the first couple of days, and then I've just been coughing as I was coughing, but of course, the magic court medicine worked a treat with the treble bonds. Here's a chance now for Shrewsbury. There's a chance. Oh, what a chance for Wally. He got right through a goal. Hit it right-footed and outstretched. Hand up, outstretched. What an outstretched foot of Adrian has saved Liverpool's skin. And Shrewsbury there bided their time, waited for their moment. They won possession, and onside was Wally. He got clean through and just had to keep his head. And he just, what he didn't do really was actually chip it over the goalkeeper. I think if he tried to flick it or chip it over Adrian, I think he might have been in business there. He went low. He went for the low gravity type shot. And I think what happened was he hit it straight at the keeper. But that's better from Shrewsbury. Don't clean the moral of the story. They've got a free kick, in fact, Shrewsbury. There was a foul just after that. So here comes the free kick. Chipped into the penalty area. They have got to be wary of the offside. Trapmere, Shrewsbury, because Liverpool do play a high line, so you never know. But that was better from Shrewsbury. They looked a lot better than if it had gone in. My goodness me, that would have been a real story there. And remember, we've covered Liverpool plenty of times on this YouTube channel, and they've had some great moments. But that would have been a great moment there for Shrewsbury Town. So Aruki loses possession, but I think the ball had gone out of play as Ebanks Landell tried to keep the ball in play. It is a throw in to Liverpool. Don't claim more of the story. You love Trevor Sports' banter as the cross comes in from the far side and easily taken there by Leary, who's not really put a foot wrong in the game. He's just, he was beaten by a quality finish there by Curtis Jones, and take heart from the opportunity that they got themselves. Well, they should have made it 1-1. But that's the moral of the story. There's going to be a substitution, incidentally, for Shrewsbury. I think it might be the captain who's coming off. Is it? Yeah, Norman can't continue. He'd injured himself earlier on, and he's tried to carry on for a good 10-15 minutes, but he's realised he can't do it. So number 4, Edwards, is about to come on for Shrewsbury as we go into the 26-minute. Disappointment there for the captain, but I suppose if you get a bad injury, more of the story, I think, is get a cleaner. Do you know how much a cleaner costs, Sue? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We got the job done. That was the important thing. We need to learn these things. Anyway, here's the ball played into the penalty area from Elliott, and now the ball comes to Millimino on the edge. Fabinho now chips the ball in. That's quality football. Whoa, and it almost found Laruki at the far post, but it's gone behind for a goal kick. 20 Trevor Bonds. Forget pounds, forget shillings, forget sixpences. Trevor Bonds is the currency of the future. Dear me. Well, it's 1-0 at the moment, and Shrewsbury not out of this cup tie by any stretch of the imagination, and it's... If I see Trevor Bonds, I just want to break out into complete laughter. Anyway, here comes Liverpool. The chip forward, and it's from the right-hand side, and it's well taken by O'Leary. Dear me. Well done, Trev. Right, anyway. Anyway, let's get back to the serious business of this FA Cup tie. And it's Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 1. Welcome back. Apologies there. We just lost sound for a second or two. That's how basic things are here at this arena. We're back with you live. There was a potential appeal for handball that wasn't given. Here's Nico Williams. But he runs into traffic. And Shrewsbury just been a little bit casual, I think, in defence. They've got to just stop trying to play out their way out of trouble and just sort of just keep going with it and just carry on the way they are. They've got every chance here, Shrewsbury. They've proved in the first half already that they can take chances. So anything can still happen with half an hour gone. If they can keep it at 1-0 going into the break, they've got every chance imaginable, but they've lost possession. Goldburn has lost possession. He claimed he was fouled. And here's a chance now for Elliott to run in the area. Goes to 1-2, but good defending there by number 4, Edwards. Did really well. He's just come on as a substitute for the injured Norburn because he picked up an earlier injury. He tried to run it off in all due respect. Maybe they're bringing on Maradona 2010 World Cup, and he looked very much out of shape in those days, even though he was orchestrating things from the touchline. Have a fantastic... still very much in this cup tie. 1-0 to Liverpool. That goal from Curtis Jones, whose reputation in this competition is being enhanced even more. So I think he's had another good match so far. From a Liverpool point of view, the ball's not going to reach number 3 on the far side. That's Goldburn. And that's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool. What Shrewsbury must not do. And the fans have got a part to play in this one. The Shrewsbury fans should have a part to play. They've been there. They've seen it. They've done it. They've got the T-shirt. They've put, some of them will have seen all those shots years ago against Manchester City, Ipswich Town when they were a top team. And, of course, they'll have seen that one 18 years ago against... 17 years ago against Everton, their last real shock in the competition at the old ground, Gay Meadow. This is a goal kick now. Well defended there by Pierre, number 2. So we're just inside the last 13 minutes of the first period here at the new Meadow. And it's Shrewsbury Town 0, Liverpool 1. And a good game of football, it's got to be said. Very enjoyable first half, and it's been a good fair. The ball is not good at the moment. And I have to say, for a referee that's coming at such short notice, I have to say I think Simon Hooper's refereed it with good common sense at the moment. Here's Lang on the far side, one of the top scorers for Shrewsbury. They're not doing too badly in League One, and still in the lower reaches, 16th in the table. But it's a very congested League One table. All part with the likes of Accrington Stanley as well, who had a good draw yesterday in League One yesterday. Got a 1-1 draw. Williams is now pulled away on the right-hand side. Liverpool in possession now, deep inside Shrewsbury territory. Ball played back into the penalty area, crossing from the right-hand side, and it's turned away. It was Elliott's cross, and now here come Shrewsbury now looking to try and get back into this game. Wally had got the ball away, and Wally's will dash down that near side again. And out comes Adrian, who kicks clear and sort of scuffs it and almost hits me in the commentary box. But Wally's probably been one of their better lights, I should say, in terms of showing some urgency here. It's very hard when you start your managerial career in the lower divisions, but this will be a learning curve for Sam Ricketts. And if he could get even a replay at Anfield, that would be a real feather in his young managerial career. A real feather in one's cap. As we go towards the final 10 minutes of the first half, Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 1. Well, this is Elliott, I should say. And the ball played back there by Chiavella. And remember, we'll have the JB man in the match a bit later on, folks. 65th minute mark. JB MLTM hashtag on that, if you wouldn't mind. But that's all to come later on. Early today, Manchester City stuck, I think, 5, was it, past 10-man Fulham. An opening showcase in that one. And about just over half an hour ago, it finished at Prenton Park, where Tranmere were soundly beaten by Manchester United 6-0. I'm fine, Sue. No problem. It nearly, I ducked. Anyway, but I'm fine. It was 4-0. I stand corrected, Russ. Anyway, good first half here. It's been enjoyable in a lot of ways. And here is Kerry Keller. Gets the ball into the penalty area. Flick on there. And it was earlier to flick the ball on. He did. But it was straight into the arms of goalkeeper O'Leary. An all yellow jersey this afternoon as he kicks along right-footed down the field towards the far side. Number 22, Goss, gets possession. Now Williams takes possession. Williams again tries to pirouette away from Debek Origi and, in fact, wins a throw-in. So, chance here for Shrewsbury to try and build something a little bit, maybe just take the time and just be a bit more slower, maybe about the way to try and get back into this game. They mustn't rush things. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And here's a chance now. Firmino, number 18 he wears. Minamino does really well. Got the likes of Firmino, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Alexander Arnold, and even got Hoover. I think that's how you pronounce it. I was going to say Hoover. But no, it's a Iover. I think is the German pronunciation of it, I think. Anyway, here comes Liverpool again, trying to build another attack here with Nico Williams, a terrific young prospect here. I was impressed with him in the Merseyside derby in the third round. I thought he looked a class act. Anyway, here come Shrewsbury Town now. They're there, number 9, Lang. And he's got Wally to his left-hand side. This is Wally. Lang making a dash into the middle to his right. Wally now into the penalty area, and he almost got clean through again. That was a really good chance there. And it comes away once again. Still 1-0. And it's Williams now on the near side for Liverpool. Back inside to number 68, Chibarella. Excuse the pronunciations. It's only the second time I've ever commentated on these. Some of these Liverpool lads. Normally when we're doing Liverpool, it's usually the big hitters that are playing. Not in the FA Cup at the moment. Maybe the big hitters will come into it should Liverpool get through to the 5th round. This is the last round, incidentally, where we'll have the need for replays. As we just break off for a second because Origi's in the box and then it's stabbed wide by Minamino and a goal kick to Shrewsbury, just going well wide of that far post. And see if you can persuade Mike to come on the come on the commentary box with you as well. We'd love to reconvene that double act between you and Mike. You were so good in the Sheffield United Arsenal match this season. I think you two are due another airing together. I think you two could make a very good double act as well. Hopefully, we'll be adding Trevor Sports to the commentary team later in the season. There was a potential appeal there for handball, maybe against Nico Williams there. It come off his hand, but as I said, no VAR, of course, tonight. Oh, it's a chance now for Shrewsbury. Now they can Wally make up for his mistake? No, he's put it wide with his left foot. He's put it wide of the right hand up, right. I think it was a more difficult chance than the one he had before. But even so, it should have been 1-1. And they're making chances here. And that is a good sign. The flag stayed down. This was a real golden opportunity. I think Adrian might have had the goal covered anyway. Just scuffs it there. Adrian just had to dive there. Yes, Trevor, quite. But he's missed two good opportunities. Well, he incidentally spoke WHALLEY and not WALLY. Just thought I'd clear that one up for anyone who doesn't realise the spelling of Wally or Wally. Anyway, here's Colburn on the near side. I think he deserves some Trevor Bonds for that. 500-year-old Trevor Bonds, Trev. Anyway, I just thought I'd clear that up for any Westers at home. Oh, dear me. 5 minutes to go before half-time. We've had banter, we've had a goal, we've had two great opportunities for the underdogs. What a cup tie should be, really, and a good crowd as well. Full house here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. That's a mouthful in itself to pronounce the stadium name. Not named after Colin, incidentally, the world-famous golfer and 5-time Ryder Cup winner. It's a company called Montgomery Waters, a local company down in Shrewsbury. Anyway, here come the aforementioned Shrews again. And Laurent makes in a good, terrific race, and the flag is taken down. No, it hasn't. It's gone up against Lang. That was unfortunate again. Shrewsbury are getting into some good positions in the final third. But unfortunately, I think, it's just about a couple of yards offside. Well, we're thinking of getting Trevor in as a second or third choice commentator. I want him to be a main commentator because I think he's very good at that. You've got Mike. Also, well, I probably need a partner myself because I've been doing a lot of the commentaries on my own. If you can keep a straight face. I can't keep a straight face, Trev. I think you'd be good for presenting, actually, Trev, as well. After you're doing some of the presenting during the summer as well. The European Championships, let me remind you, are coming up in the summer. And, of course, we'll be across the tournament within reason here on the JB Carrot YouTube channel when work commitments allow or whatever other commitments everyone else has. But we'll be all over the tournament. Remember the last time we did them as Goldbone Files Williams? I did 20 matches myself. And that's when we all started. That's when the whole thing started for me, is the commentaries. I'd be delighted. If you can, just don't do a James Hunt and steal the microphone off me. Anyway, we'll sort all that. That's all in the future at the moment. What isn't in doubt is this performance at the moment from Shrewsbury. They're giving a good account of themselves here, and when you look at it logically, although Liverpool statistically advances, there have been good clear chances, and they're still very much in this game as we go into the final couple of first half. And I think Sam Ricketts will be encouraged and be a little bit more positive about things there. I think he should be encouraged by that. I really do. And I wouldn't be surprised in the least if I wouldn't be very surprised in the least if he tries to go for it in the second half. But defensively, they've got to be a bit more strong because Liverpool have gone into the final third on more than one occasion and have scored a tremendous goal. Origi, incidentally, has been fouled by Ebanks-Landell deep inside Shrewsbury territory over on the far side, and it's going to be a free kick here. I don't know. I think Origi makes a kneel of it. I think Ebanks-Landell, he's probably touched his back, and then I think what's happened is that Divock Origi has just absolutely made a complete orix of that and decided to pull the referee and science. We always used to steal the mic. Well, him and Murray Walker in the Formula One, they used to steal the mic off each other. They used to strangle them. Stories are like that. Murray Walker would actually would concur with that, but they used to steal the mic off each other during the Formula One races when James Hunt was doing the commentary. Anyway, I've had confirmation down on the touchline with Russ, who's with me tonight, incidentally. He's on the far side on the touchline, and he's telling me that there are 2 minutes of added time. Our intrepid text reporter. No VAR required because we haven't got it. We're at a lower league ground this evening. It's actually nice to be commentating on a game where we don't need to talk about VAR. Anyway, here comes Shrewsbury. They're having a good go here. And I tell you what, the Liverpool have been made to work for their lead at the moment. And I think that's good to see from a cup tie point of view. We went to 2 added minutes, and Russ was bang on the money, as he always is, on these sorts of things. And well done against Shrewsbury. Good defending by Eubanks Landau that time. Here's Wally again. Keeps possession well. He's had a good first start despite the 2 missed chances he's had. There's an old phrase in football: plus you don't succeed, try again. Or even in life. And at the moment, it could well be that case as the ball is up forward now. This could be a cheap corner if this goes. It's a corner and a chance for Shrewsbury. Now then, Fabinho, of all people, playing the ball back, and he sold Adrian right down the river. And as a result, a very, very unnecessary and cheap corner has been given to Shrewsbury, and they've got a chance here. This is their best chance. If they can get an equaliser from here, boy, we're going to be in for a real second half here. Can they take this chance? It's a gift here if they take it. Edwards just telling Wally where he wants the corner. Peers up from the back. Kingbacks Landell is in there. Liverpool looks as to me they're marking very zonally. The corner's going to come in from the Wally on the near side, the left-hand side as we look. It's a low corner into the penalty area. Oh, and Liverpool are in all sorts of trouble. Still Mike Shrewsbury heading the ball back, and it's still half a minute of the first half remaining. Shrewsbury asking some questions of this Liverpool defence at the moment. The chip forward, and the flag stakes down, and a chance in there. And it was Pierre who couldn't get his shot off. And they're having a right go here, Shrewsbury. And why not? Nothing to lose in this one. 16th in League Two. And at the moment, maybe when you look at the game back later on television or whatever, you'll have to agree that they've probably had the best chances. But here's Origi now. We've played the 2 minutes and the ball cross, and it's taken by O'Leary. And there goes the half-time whistle from standing referee Simon Hooper. And Shrewsbury are being applauded off the field. They're only 1-0 down. They're 1-0 down, by the way. Goal from Curtis Jones, giving Liverpool the lead. But they've had 2 good opportunities, Swansea, wasted by Wally. But they're still very much in this cup tie. Liverpool are not making it easy for themselves. I think we're going to be in for a rip-roaring second half here. I don't think the goal incidentally came after 15 minutes from Curtis Jones as they make their way off the field. Well, it's still very much all to play for in this second half. We're going to take a 10-minute break here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow in this FA Cup 4th round. Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 1 is the half-time score. But I think it could be a very, very good second half. Join us in about 10 minutes for a recap of what's happened today and the second half of Shrewsbury against Liverpool. See you in 10. Welcome back to the new medal for the second half, or to give it its old title. To give it its proper title. It's the Montgomery. It's the Montgomery Water Stadium, and the FA Cup back in everyone's consciousness and everyone's mind. Should be an absolute humdinger of a second half. I can't wait for this one to start sprouting forth. So the FA Cup very much in vogue here. I've actually taken a much better position in the commentary box. And it's I've had a cup of, in fact, on a night like this, you need your cuppers, cup of coffee or Horlicks or something of that magnitude. As we get underway in the second half, one apiece. This cup tie very much in the balance now. As we get underway in the second half, as the ball's into the back of the net at the start of the second half. It's an own goal, I think. Yes, it's an own goal. Jones will take the credit for it, but I think it's an own goal. And it's 2-0 to Liverpool. Well, that's an unbelievably disastrous start at the start of the second half. It's a 2-0. And it doesn't look very good, I'm afraid, for Shrewsbury Town. All that optimism wiped out inside the first few seconds. And already 2 goals down. There's the ball in. And, oh, dear me. What a mistake. It's just, these things unfortunately do happen. Unfortunately, we've got Guy Mulberry there. Our fellow commentator sat alongside me in the com box. So 2-0, and I'm afraid it's not going Shrewsbury way. And for so long, and there's a few Shrewsbury fans' heads in their hands. Own goal, I'm afraid. But that's unfortunately the way the game has gone. So 2-0, I'm afraid it is to Liverpool as we reconvene now with the live coverage. In just a second, we've just lost footage at the moment, so we'll get that back to you as soon as we can. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but here we are. We've got commentary back now, and it's 2-0. And of course, the JB man in the match is in operation. Name of your player, please, and JB MLTM. And if you're wondering, there we are. We're back live now. We just had 1 or 2 technical issues here. It's very difficult here at the new meadow. The ball gets threaded forward there towards Williams. Williams is cross. Turn behind for a corner. That's got the Shrewsbury fans going again. crowd here at New Meadow can sense problems on the horizon here. It's a corner, in fact, to Liverpool. I'll try and repeat the teams in a minute, and I will try and get confirmation of that second goal scorer as well, as that ball comes into the penalty area. Was an own goal, incidentally, just to remind you. So we'll recap the sides in a bit. As a couple of players tangling in on the far side, and that was number 9, Lang. Right, we just keep you abreast of what's been happening with that second goal scorer. There was an own goal. I couldn't be in a position. I wasn't properly prepared for it. It happened at the start of the second half. We'd just come on air, and I can just reliably inform you now that the own goal scorer of the second goal was Shrewsbury. As I said, it was an own goal. Just want to tell you, this is an own goal here, and I think it might have been and that's a blow. That's a bitter blow. And it is disappointing when you watch it back again, because it is very disappointing, because that's the way watching the football has gone in the end. And I can also inform you now that we're able to turn up the sound a bit more, because we've also got no extra commentators now, so we've got the full flavour now of the cup now. We're able to turn up the speakers, turn up the volume. And you can now get the full benefit of the second half. Donald Love got the second goal versus Interactive Me. And as you can hear, we've got some noise. We've got some sound coming through. So our change of commentary box position was well worth it in the end. I'm pleased to tell you. Liverpool 2-0 up. No substitutions made by either side at half-time. Lovren getting it back to Adrian, who's 2 super saves in the first half. And he's playing a little bit of Harry Carey there with Wally there as well. Now a chance now for the number 28, Lauren, inside the area. Lauren shoots, and he shoots wide at the left-hand post. And it's a goal kick. It's 2-0 to Liverpool. An own goal by Donald Love has put Liverpool 2 up right at the start of the second half. And we've found a stream with no commentary on, so we're able to bring you the whole effect. Crowd noise, the lot. There you go. You can hear drums in the background. Sam Wickett's encouraged by that now. 52 minutes gone. But Shrewsbury still hanging on in there. It's not cut and blow dry. New Caton's got homework. Have a good afternoon and enjoy your homework, and keep getting those goal scores, New Caton. Before you go, choose a man in the match. Hashtag JBMLTM as the goalkeeper smashes it away. High into the sky. Header one there by number 2, Pierre. And again on halfway. Gets the ball up and forwards. Matic with a header down. Now Curtis Jones on to Elliott. Down the left-hand side. Good football again. Origi. And then the ball from Millamino. The chipped in there towards Curtis Jones again. The ball knocked away again. Just to remind you of the substitutes. Shrewsbury have already had one enforced. Edwards has gone on. They've got Murphy, Beckles, Walker, Odoa, Cummings and Hart. Liverpool got left. Well, got to use from Keita, Firmino, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Hoover, Kerr, and Alexander-Arnold in a free kick against Liverpool. Foul on Lauren. Don't rub it in on the poor lad. I'm not rubbing it in, Sue. You know, good education's a good thing to have. Anyway, 3 kicks to Shrewsbury. Simon Hooper there in a few words with Lang, the big centre forward. Russ, have you done your homework? I had to do mine quickly while watching your broadcast, Trevor. Don't forget, we've got some FIFA 20 action again from this round of the FA Cup. I'll tell you what games will be coming up later at the end of this broadcast. Anyway, here's number 17 here now for Love, who scored that second own goal. Comes here to Williams and halfway. Gets the ball forward for Shrewsbury. Again, Liverpool with plenty of red shirts back. This is Jones, Origi to his left. And again, the Shrews cut the ball out. Still 2-0 here. Down at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. What a mouthful to say that for us. And here's the ball running forward again. There's the number 70 there, Laruki, but he's lost possession once again. Here comes number 3. Goldborn. Ball out of play. Far side, right in front of Sam Ricketts there on the far side. 10 minutes gone in the second half, remember. Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 2. Liverpool led 1-0 through Curtis Jones, who's on the ball now, and he's being muscled out of possession. Lovren gets the ball back. He's skeppering the side. And then an own goal at the start from Donald Love. Let's not put too many faces of blood on Shrewsbury and the locals' faces, I can tell you. Free kick against Shrewsbury Town. Free kick Liverpool. Got my nice mug of coffee on the com box. I'll tell you something, Trevor, if you're listening to me. I'll certainly be having a bit of the old pure genius tonight, the old Guinness. And your broadcast was exemplary again of that live Crystal Palace game. And I just want to know, Trevor, what footage did you actually nick from World of Sports for your Sports Night programme? Let the listeners know what you did nick. Was it that big? Was it Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks from years ago? Anyway, back to the here and now. It's Shrewsbury 0, Liverpool 2. And I'll tell you what, winning 500 treble bonds has certainly made my weekend anyway. Even if my beloved Burnley didn't do it. You've got to, well, yeah, I know you're only joking, Sue. I realise a good education. I've got a PhD myself, she tells me. I stole Dickie Davis's facial leg. You can't show that on Sports Night. The wife ain't happy. Oh, well, never mind. Grandstand 1, World of Sport 0. Free kick to Shrewsbury. Well, we're just chatting complete gobbledygook as I know he said Swansea then. Shrewsbury get us going. Let's remind you the goals. Goal after 15 by Curtis Jones in the first half, and then 2 minutes into the second, an own goal by Donald Love. Has given the Shrews a real mountain to climb here in this cup tie. If I can stay down now, a real chance now for Lang. He's through and goal. He's 1-1 with Adrian. Lang shoots. Oh, and Adrian has saved it, and it's gone wide of the left-hand post. And Russ was almost spot on. And what a good bit of running there by Lang. He broke the offside trap. Shrewsbury have taken the corner quickly from the far side, and it's tucked away from the 6-yard line. Oh, dear me. What a game. If that goes in from Lang, it's game on. And to quote an old phrase, it would have been a grandstand finish if that had gone in. Still might. There's still time left. 58 minutes gone. 65 minutes will be introducing the JB man of the match vote. Meanwhile, it's Shrewsbury on the far side. Pierre working the ball into the penalty area. Headed away by Jones from the edge of the penalty box. And then Ebanks Landell trying a very speculative attempt from all of 40 yards, which is well wide of Adrian's left-hand post. But Russ was almost right there for a second or two. What a good bit of timing here. And, well, there may be a debate whether that was offside, but we don't have VAR, thank God. We don't have to talk about that turd rubbish, which is whether we sport half the games in the Premier League this season and 1 or 2 cup ties. And we're just seeing a view there from the Shrewsbury fans on my monitor, and they know they're appreciating the work and the effort they're putting in. I'll tell you what, if that goes in, it's game on. A substitution, Cummings is on, and Lang is the man he's replaced. Lang, a bit frustrated, but He's tried his heart out, and that's what you can hope for from a team that is 16th in League Two. This was always going to be a tough ask against the runaway Premier League leaders. But this is a throwback to a proper cup tie. And look at the attempts column. Credit to Shrewsbury, 6 attempts to Liverpool 6. And they've had more shots on target, incidentally, than Liverpool have. They've only had the one Liverpool, but they've scored an own goal. Let's not forget that. Coming up to an hour gone, half an hour left. And if Shrewsbury keep on the intensity that they're playing at, they've got every chance of getting back into this game. Oh, good turn. Fantastic turn. And the number 68 there, Caravella. Well, he's missed a couple of chances. Langer's missed one. Let's see how Cummings does. Coming on. Here's a chance now for the number 28 now. Real opportunity now, and he shoots just wide. It was Loren. Right foot past the left-hand post. They've had 2 magnificent chances, Shrewsbury, in the last 5 minutes. And it could have easily been 2-2. There's the shot. Oh, he just drags it. That's what he's done there. He's hit this right-footed. It's a brilliant attempt. But the only criticism of the shot maybe is that the fact that they've just hit that wide of the target. Foul there. Free kick Shrews. Now they're giving themselves hope. They're not out of this. They're not giving the good thing about this cup tie now as far as I'm concerned, is that the Shrews are giving it a damn good go, and that can only be good for the game. But it could well be Donald Love's own goal gives Liverpool a passage through to the 5th round draw, which takes place tomorrow evening. And the flag has gone up. I think there may have been a foul or an offside there against Cummings. Could be the latter than the former, really. Liverpool made a bit of a haul to the 3 kick, and they've conceded a throw-in. It's a Shrewsbury ball. Lovren doesn't like the decision. And Liverpool, all of a sudden, even though they're 2-0 up and maybe on balance, maybe on the scoreline, they may look comfortable. It's been far from comfortable for Jurgen Klopp's men. It's probably one of the toughest games to play for quite some time. Here's Lob on the far side. Gets the cross in there. It's a good cross and a good header, but it's wide. Just wide of the target. It was Edwards with a header. He's now replaced Norburn as captain. Good crossing there. It was half a chance, just by the penalty spot to the right of the penalty spot near side. And over the top, I think Newcaten can't do his own work. I think he's too engrossed by how Shrewsbury are going on at the moment. It's a good cup tie, this, I have to tell you. Earlier today, Manchester City 4, 10-man Fulham 0. They lost Tim Ream after about 5 minutes. And City ran riot, and United were running riot on the Wirral. Tranmere Rovers 0, United 6. And as Russ pointed out earlier on, it's the first time in United history that there's been 6 different scorers in any one match in Manchester United's history. Well, that was quick. I hope you got your sums right. That's all I'll say. And let me know, Newcaten, if you get any gold stars. Just credit me with it. Just say I helped you. Good to see you finished homework and you're transfixed. Remember, man of the match, folks, will be coming up in about a couple of minutes. You know the drill now. If you're a regular listener to our content and coverage, of course, if you're not subscribed, anybody who's listening who hasn't subscribed to the channel, why haven't you subscribed? If you're enjoying the content, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button, and don't forget we have a notification bell now on YouTube these days. Hit the bell, then you get notifications of all our live commentary scenes that are upcoming and FIFA videos, and of course we'll be premiering now all our FIFA the match live videos. And a chance now, is there going to be a penalty? And yes, penalty to Shrewsbury. They've got a chance. It's a foul there on Loren inside the penalty area, and Shrewsbury have got a chance. Liverpool protesting, but I think the referee was right. It did look a penalty from where I was sitting. Here it is again. None of the ball, one of the man, definitely inside the penalty area. And it's a yellow card, I think, to Maruki, who brought him down. And a penalty it is. And if this goes in, just listen to the roars here at the Numero. What a moment. Cummings to take the penalty. The substitute that's just come on. Adrian's trying to waste a bit of time here by kicking divots off his boots onto the post. Now then, right-footed. Steps up, short run up. And he scored! Cummings, the substitute, has put Shrewsbury back in this game. And what a last 25 minutes we've got on sales here. It's Shrewsbury 1, Liverpool 2. Game on. And as Trevor would say, it's going to be a grandstand finish. The noise has just gone up tenfold here at the Montgomery Waters Meadow. It's 2-1, and what a confident penalty. Adrian going the wrong way, and Shrewsbury are still in the FA Cup. They've had a good 10 minutes, Shrewsbury. But they've had a couple of good opportunities, and Simon Hooper, full marks to him, because he could have easily have said no to that. But he stood up big, made a break decision, and I felt he made the right one. And just listen to these Shrewsbury fans as the ball goes out of play. Just listen to this noise for 2 seconds. Jurgen Klopp allowing him a little bit of a grimace smile there. But you're just listening to the noise here at this. It's a small arena. It must hold about, about 10,000 here. But the last few of Shrewsbury's cup ties have gone to replays, so you never know what might happen. And the noise here is absolutely deafening. Anyway, man of the match vote is now open. We're now past the 65th minute mark. In fact, we're nearly at the 67th minute mark. Name me your player, please, that you want to see win the man of the match award. And you've got to hashtag it JBMLTM, please. Draw takes place at around about 7:20 this evening. Tomorrow evening, we'll be bringing you coverage of that on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And hopefully, all being well, we'll bring you coverage of tomorrow's game as Liverpool look for a penalty themselves. Simon Hooper says no. Simon Hooper has said no. And the crowd are getting cranked up now. Here comes Lauren, who won the penalty. He goes through the centre. He's got men over left and right. He goes into the area, and he almost came through to Edwards. And if he got a better contact, he might have been 2-2. Oh, my goodness me. What a run this guy. What a second half. Lauren is having here, running right through the centre, and Edwards may have just been offside anyway. My giddy aunt. Liverpool are not going to enjoy the next 22 minutes for stoppage time. Wally's got man in the match. Will Trevor be a moderator? Absolutely, certainly, in the future. I don't think there's much doubt about that. I'd certainly want him to be a moderator as well as presenter and commentator in future weeks on this channel. And Wally's got 2 votes for man in the match as well. But here's Love, whose own goal looked to have put Liverpool in cruise control, but now they're hanging on. In it goes again. And here's Lauren. He's had a magnificent second half. And Love again. Right-hand side, cross turned away by Lovren. There'll be another throw-in here to the Shrews. And it's cranked up again in leafy old Shropshire. Wally gets a third vote. So he's already 3 up when the voting has only been about 4 minutes old. Love again with the cross. Origi foul for Liverpool. Now Curtis Jones, who set Liverpool on their way, and he's away now down the left-hand side. He's only got Millamino alongside him. And he goes up towards the penalty area. Chips the ball in towards the far side, and well defended again by the Shrews. And now Cummings gets it away. Jones now. Liverpool now need to calm down, because all of a sudden they've really got sucked into this. We have a cup tie here, and it's less clear-cut than the previous 2 that preceded it this afternoon at the Etihad and at Prenton Park. It's a magnificent game, Newcaton. It's absolutely enjoyable. And the noise here is tremendous. Here's Laruki, who appear to have been booked, but I've not seen any confirmation of that. I wonder if Rush down on the far side would enlighten me whether he was booked or not. Simon Hooper, at the time when the penalty was awarded, didn't look to have the yellow card out, so I'm just wanting to double check whether Laruki did get a yellow card for that. Goal kicking for in the end to Shrewsbury. Yes, Laruki, I've just said it now on television. That's it. Laruki is booked. I did see the yellow card come out at the time, but I couldn't be too certain. I'm certain now that that the television coverage had confirmed it. We do have monitors in front of us here, and we've got the BBC television feed. That's transmitting the game around the country today. We're going all around the world. In 4.5 years, we've been heard in Philadelphia, we've been heard in New York, we've been heard here in downtown Hollywood, Australia, New Zealand, all over Europe, and of course, very much so in the UK. Oxlade-Chamberlain now on for Elliott. As Jurgen Klopp looks to just strengthen things a little bit, get some fresh legs on, and now he knows full well he's in a cup tie now. So Chamberlain, an England international of himself, his own esteem, is now on. I'll tell you what, the Shrews should be very, very pleased with their efforts this afternoon, whatever it turns out. Ball forward again. Now a chance here now for Jones to make a stride forward. Remember, he scored in the third round against Everton. He scored today. But at the moment, Liverpool are not going through very easily at the moment. Simon Hooper, he's having a super game as the referee. Shrewsbury till I die is the cry from this fast crowd here. That's the free kick taken by O'Leary, the goalkeeper. 3/4 of the way up the field. Goulburn gets possession, and then the number 22 Goss touches it back, and then Ebanks Landell gets it out to the far side. Flick on there by the 17, which is Love. And now the ball's lost position. Now Shrewsbury have lost possession, but Goss has won the ball back. Tries to chip it in there, but Lovren wasn't to be fooled. I think it's Lauren. Yeah, Lauren. Well, yeah, I think you're talking about the Shrewsbury player, aren't you? So, yeah, it's actually, yeah, Lauren. Yeah, so one for Lauren there for Shrewsbury. And, of course, 3 for Wally. He missed those 2 opportunities, but he's done really well. We should do a deal. Whoever wins the game should get Trevor bonds. Actually, Trevor, there's an idea. Could you actually, on your computer maybe one day, and put it on Twitter, because I'm tweeting you quite a lot now, aren't I? You could put like a Trevor bond on it, and probably Trevor Kettle's the best referee in the game. I think I probably might beg to differ on that one, Trev. And anyway, each to their own. Here we go. Free kick into the penalty area. It goes! And just wide of the target. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think, took the free kick, and it was deflected a couple of times. I think it's a corner kick for Liverpool. There's a few boos there from the Shrewsbury fans. As the ball played into the penalty area towards the far side, but out of play goes. Goal kick. I couldn't tell what the crowd was shouting. The noise here is tremendous. And then I've got the cans there, and we got 2 lovely ladies there in their best seats in the house. I think a mother and a daughter. Unfortunately, the mother's not been too good at the moment. She's having to get around on crutches. I think she had a bit of an accident, I think. And I don't know what the circumstances are, but she's got crutches on them. But it's nice to see them there. They get heated. I believe the best seats in the house, and that takes place over on the far side. There, you get heated seats, and you get USB power cables. As the shot comes in, a tremendous save by O'Leary, And I think it was Divock Origi with a right foot. It was. And it was a good try, and that was going inside the near post. And a tremendous save down away to his left there by O'Leary. Still a quarter of an hour just over the play, and who knows what might happen now. Flick on there towards... Oh, a chance here! It's a chance for 2-2! It's 2-2! It's 2-2! It's coming again! It's a terrific goal! And it's the shock on! It's Shrewsbury 2! Liverpool 2! It is bedlam! Absolute bedlam in the new meadow! Shrewsbury 2! Liverpool 2! What a grandstand finish! And the Shrewsbury fans have gone absolutely bananas! It's utter bedlam! What a cup tie! They were dead and buried after 48 minutes. But Cummings has come on and has saved the Shrews. And could they get a running, spinning replay at Anfield? Or maybe even more. Maybe win it. Well, we haven't seen too many shocks in round 4 of this season's competition. Cummings got the ball, past Lovren, away from the defender. And what a cool finish. Beyond Adrian and Jurgen Kotzmann, who were coasting to victory some 20 minutes to go or so ago, and now back at 2-2 with 76 minutes gone. 2-2, and the whole place has gone absolutely bonkers. It's absolute bedlam here. Shrewsbury 2, Liverpool 2, and boy, have we picked a cup tie or what? We have witnessed the true flavour of the FA Cup as Adrian kicks away right-footed. Well, we had West Brom knocking out West Ham yesterday. That was probably the biggest shock of the competition of the 4th round. Oh no, not the biggest surprise. Wow. 2 apiece. And what must Mr. Klopp be thinking now? This game could go either way. Origi now with a shot. Side netting. Got in down the right-hand channel inside the penalty area. Right footed shot, but he hit the right-hand side net. Goal kick. Liverpool showing that they're not finished yet. Well, they have to bring Mo Salah on at some point, or even Firmino. They brought on Chamberlain. They've still got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Keita, Firmino, Salah, Ayuba and Keller to play. The Liverpool fans must be seething. They've had a great season. Whatever happens tonight, Liverpool have had a great season, and we've covered some great moments for them here on this YouTube channel this season and in the 12 months of preceding it as well. But is it going to be Shrewsbury's afternoon? Here's Love, who will feel a lot better now. Oh no, his cross was very, very badly miscued. And I think he's gone out for a throw-in. Now then, I thought we might see movement on that far side. Mo Salah. Well, it's a good job he had the big guns in reserve there, Klopp, because I tell you something. I tell you what, Shrewsbury have given as good as they got. And I don't know what Sam Ricketts said in that dressing room, and I'd love to have been a fly on the wall at that time and what he said and what his secrets were. But I tell you what, if he had it's neither that or something, they're putting a hard-time cuppa here. That's worked wonders. And Cummings has got to stay on side. In fact, Shrewsbury have got themselves a free kick, which is actually a good thing for them, because if they had been given the advantage, Cummings, after the ball had been played through, was about 3 yards offside. There's a foul there on Wally, who's still leading for the man in a match vote. Interestingly enough, the substitute has got 2 goals, hasn't even had 1 vote yet. Believe it or believe it not. Mo Salah about to enter the fray. Love has been prevented from taking that throw in quickly, so Liverpool can make that substitution with just over 11 minutes to go. Who's he replaced? Joe Matip. So they've sacrificed the centre-back for another attacker. Liverpool taking a gamble now. Oh, that's really nice, Newcastle. Well done. And I know how much you appreciate your dad. Your dad's a good man there. And he takes part. Well, you know, you and your dad are very, very good together on those videos that you do. And I was very amazed. Here's Love now down that far side, or near side, I should say. And just for a moment or two then, even the Shrewsbury fans are confusing me a little bit now. I must admit, I'm getting sucked in by this Shrewsbury atmosphere here. This is an atmosphere. For a new ground, it's very atmospheric. Shrewsbury just over 10 minutes away on a possible money-spinning replay. Or will they do better than that and try and score a winning goal? It wouldn't surprise me in the least if they did. The way they've been playing second half, whatever happens to them, they're heroes. All the players that have done that blue and gold today, they are heroes. But what we've seen today is a real true flavour of the FA Cup competition. Football, cup-time football at its very, very best. And they say the FA Cup's dead as a competition. Not a bit of it, as far as I'm concerned. The FA Cup will never die in my eyes. Not when it produces magical moments like Cummins' solo equaliser. And it was a gorgeous finish, as Trevor pointed out a few moments ago. Coming up towards 81 minutes gone now. Here's Lauren, who played a part in that goal here, and that goal that got them back into the tie, and another throw in. And Liverpool, even with Salah on the field now, look as if they are very much under the cosh. And it always helps when you've got the local support willing you on. We'll try and get some interviews before we leave you at around about 7 o'clock here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Jones, who's been very quiet. I was very impressed with the way he played in the first half, not so in the second. Edwards, since coming on, has been a real driving influence. Remember, they lost, it's a long time ago, actually. Rodriguez about 3 yards offside as the ball's played. That's brainless play by him. And a free kick to Shrewsbury. So, we're going to see another change now. Looks like we're going to see Bobby Firmino come on. I thought he might play the big guns now at 2-2. And that has to be a compliment to Shrewsbury in the way they've played. Oh, my goodness me. This is why I enjoy commentating on the FA Cup. You never know what to expect from this fantastic competition. And the long ball forward, Shrewsbury won a free kick. They're not going to get it from Simon Hooper. Kept his hands down by his side. And well played again. I tell you what, Lauren has had a tremendous game. Here's Love. So too is Cummins. 2 goals for him. He's coming on as a substitute for Lang. And a lovely ball out towards the far side again. They're not finished yet, Shrewsbury, by any means. Edwards into the penalty area. They're claiming another penalty. Is Hooper going to give it? No, he's not. Lang just put a flag up for offside, and it just kills the excitement for just a second. Pierre wins possession back inside the Liverpool half. This is a great game, and we all expected Shrewsbury to tire, but not a bit of it. Their fitness, I have to say, their fitness levels has been fantastic. And that's a credit to Sam Ricketts and his management staff. 7 minutes to play. Can they score another one? They've got a corner. One brilliantly up on the far side by Pierre. It was offside anyway, Panini. Corner taken short. And the ball will be pumped in from the left-hand side. And it's Adrian's ball all the way. Yeah, he was offside, Trevor, as you rightly say. Yeah, he did cancel the penalty, in fairness. You cannot take your eyes off this football match for a second. Here's Jones now for Liverpool, chipping the ball forward, looking towards Mo Salah on the far side. And Goulburn, oh, that's terrific defending by Goulburn, right on the byline. Salah, who's a very tricky customer, and did well. Still, Wally leading in the man of the match voting, incidentally. They're going to see a Shrews substitution here. Looks like Adoa is going to come on. You said Dyke's gone, you spoke too soon. Maybe I did. But he didn't endear me anything yesterday when they crushed out the cup with a whimper. Trevor's gone for Adrian. And Adoa has gone on for Wally, who missed those 2 chances. But at the moment, he's still leading our man in the match vote. He's got 3 votes. And Menamino's off. And Firmino on. So Liverpool have used all three of their big hitters. So we won't see Alexander-Arnold out on the field. I'll tell you what, if they do hang on for a replay, they will have Adrian to thank us. Trevor quite right. As Trevor Lynham points, well, he's not Trevor Lynham, but Trevor Sports, I should say, quite rightly points out. It's been a remarkable game of football. And whatever happens, we have seen a cup tie. Oh, I've commentated on a cup tie that's going to go down in history. And I'll tell you what, it reminds me of that fifth round tie a couple of years ago when we went to Scotland. And they came, and Rochdale came back from the dead against Tottenham. They forced a replay. They lost quite heavily in the end, but memories of that afternoon are still very fresh in my memory as well. Mr. Sports to you. Come on. We're on first name terms now, Trev, aren't we? Anyway, here's the ball forward. And a chance now again. Cummings. Out comes the goalkeeper now. And Adrian. Oh, Cummings. And Adrian having a little bit of a set to there on the edge of the penalty box. A little bit of an unsavoury incident there with just over 4 minutes to go. Don't know what happened there. Anyway, here's Love with a throw-in. Still 4 minutes to go. There still might be a winning goal. We might not need a replay. Love again on the far near side. The cross into the penalty area. The Keim handball. Who puts this eyes and it's not a penalty. And then it's cleared away. And I think Liverpool got a free kick. And I think they're quite lucky as well. And Shrewsbury are furious. Shrewsbury are furious. And you can understand it. Well, that would have been interesting with VAR and all that. No. Well, what's that? Well, his arms was up, and I have to tell you, it was offside in the end. But I tell you what, if they give him a penalty there, I don't think. His arms out there. That's, in my opinion, that's a penalty. I honestly thought that should have been a Shrewsbury penalty. They've already had one, of course, and that was a clear nailed-on one. I think Simon Hooper, I'm afraid, has got that one wrong. That's poor from the referee. I understand he's had to step in at the last moment, and he had a good game up until now, but I honestly felt that was a penalty to the Shrews. And here's Cummings again. He's really quick at the pace there, but he can't find Laurent this time, and the ball out of play. 3 minutes to go. Trevor Bonds goes to Wally so far with 3 votes. Panini reckons it wasn't a penalty. Well, he looked dead set to me. His arm was out. It wasn't down by his side. That looked very clear and obvious to me. I disagree with you on that one, Panini, I have to tell you. But, that's what football's all about, I suppose. A game of opinions. I felt it was a penalty. And I'm not saying that to be biased towards the underdogs. Because I have great respect for Liverpool, and I've been lucky enough to commentate on some of their recent triumphs, including the European Cup last season, which was a tremendous achievement. 6 European Cups is always a great achievement. Here's Origi, though. Panini reckons it would have been ball to harm. Well, I don't know what handball is anyway these days. I mean, FIFA make the law so complicated. It's untrue. I mean, anyway, Josh Lauren has got the Television Man of the Match award. We've got about 2 minutes of our supplementary award, and it's going to go to another Shrewsbury player at the moment. As the ball comes in, on a great save there by O'Leary, and it won't be turning. I don't know who got the final, tried to knock the final touch in, but Williams got back on the line, and Liverpool could have snatched a late victory there right at the death. Oh my goodness me. Free kick can given, I think, to Liverpool. There's an injury as well. I think the referee stopped it. It's Williams who's down there. There was a bit of a goalmouth scramble there down at the other end of the ground. Liverpool haven't had too many chances to get the ball clear. This is what happened. Fabinho playing a long ball over the top. And it was Fabinho with the shot. And I'm just trying to work out who got in the final effort in the end. It might have been Nathan Jones. Sorry, not Nathan Jones. I mean Curtis Jones, I should say. Yes, it was Curtis Jones. But Williams there, brave defending. Still Wally leads our man in the match vote. As things stand at the moment, with around about 40 seconds or so to play of normal time. Apologies for any colourful language in the background. But one thing's for sure, the atmosphere is cranking up. Who's watching the WWE Royal Rumble? Not me. I'll be in bed. Here's Fabinho. I'm absolutely cream crackered after this one, I can tell you. Still might see a winning goal. We're coming up towards the 90th-minute mark. O'Leary watches it there, but he's lost it again, and Shrewsbury could be into trouble as Firmino headed it in and knocks it in on the left-hand side. And Mo Salah with the merest of flicks knocks it wide of the left-hand post. We've got 40 minutes at the end, and the man of the match. I can announce the man of the match with 3 votes is Wally of Shrewsbury. Well done to him. Amazing. Votes for the substitute Cubbies, who came on and scored 2 goals, ironically, and has rescued Shrewsbury there, although they could have lost it there in that last second or 2 there. Goal kick to Shrewsbury. I'll tell you what, they're all heroes, every one of them. And if I could give out 11 man, give out 14 man in the match awards to all the players that have taken the field, I really will. I really would. I remember the Trevor Bonds, as Trevor quite rightly says, are completely priceless, not worthless. Anyway, the ball back. He wants 25. He wants 25 of them back now. Okay. Right, anyway, serious business now. Wally's our man and the match award winner. And here's Chokside Chamberlain now. Serious business now because we're now into stoppage time. We're halfway almost through that stoppage time. 90 seconds into the 4 minutes. Shrewsbury defending at the moment. As Liverpool look in search of a winning goal. Lovren now deep inside the Shrewsbury half, played in there, and a good piece of defending. And you just wonder if that own goal had not happened, Shrewsbury might have had a cup shot tonight. Here's Jones, who got the winner against Everton, has scored tonight. Here's Naruki, who gave away that penalty, remember. And it comes off the defender for a Liverpool throw-in, I think. Yes. But I tell you what, Sam Ricketts deserves a lot of credit. The way his side have performed here tonight. In front of television cameras, the UK, there'll be at least 9 million people watching on BBC television. And of course, on the JB Claret channel and radio and all sorts of other media outlets. And they've really given the nation something to talk about here tonight. As Lauren goes forward. And a throw-in to Shrewsbury. They might not be finished yet because Cummings is waiting in the centre. Lawrence got away here. Gets the cross in. Oh, he tried to fool the goalkeeper at the near post and almost succeeded in doing so. Corner to Shrewsbury. I tell you what, if that had gone in, oh, you'd have heard a roar from there to Merseyside and back. Corner to Shrewsbury. They still might win this. And I tell you what, I'll be jumping 10 foot in the air if this goes in. Ebanks Landell is forward from the back here. Shrewsbury can sense a winner. We're in the last minute of stoppage time. I'm looking at my monitors very closely. And it goes, and it still might come on. It's over the top. It was Cummings again. And he just couldn't get his head underneath it. And I think that might be the last chance. But wait a minute, here's Salah. O'Leary has to get that away, and he does magnificently. 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. I should also stress that 4 minutes was a minimum of. Simon Hooper could well be allowed. Running a bit of a time added on himself at the end of time added on, remember. Shrewsbury now will take a replay at Anfield, I'm sure, and it's one extra game Klopp will not want as Chamberlain goes in there, but they're only themselves to blame if it does happen. Jones trying the shot, he's blocked away. Heroic Shrewsbury defending, and a final whistle. And what a result for Shrewsbury as the two managers embrace each other in a hug at the end. And what a hero this guy is, young Cummings. Came on as a substitute in the 65th minute and has struck Shrewsbury. And there's a bit of a pitch invasion here. I think they it's a nice pitch invasion, by the way. It's not a bad one in the end, but oh, well, what more can you say than that? It's 2-2. It's finished. It's finished 1-1 in their own derby, by the way. As the Shrewsbury fans make their way onto the field, they are never falling in their wildest dreams. They take Liverpool to a replay. They may well lose it in the second leg game, of course, but I tell you what, let's turn off Lineker for a second, because I tell you what, it's been a magnificent game, and the Shrewsbury fans, oh my goodness me. One thing's for certain out of all this, they will get a money-spinning replay at Anfield, and that will earn them a good million or so. And of course, they get this match here tonight on television, on BBC One, across the country, across the UK. Good night to you, Newgate. Now have a fantastic evening. Enjoy what's left of your Sunday and what's left of your weekend, by the way. But I tell you something, this was the frills and spills of the FA Cup, and we're going to try and get a few interviews from one or two of the heroes, if we can, before the night is out. Manish Basina, our reporter, will be getting your interviews. Well, they could have won it at the end there, I have to tell you. Who says the FA Cup and the romance of it is dead? Because I tell you something here at the New Meadow this afternoon, we've had proper cup tie fare. Forget the first two at the Etihad and at Brenton Park. Who gives a stuff about those games? This is what the FA Cup was all about. And the Shrewsbury fans, they'll remember this for a long, long time. This was their cup final. They got a replay out of it, and deservedly so. And really, in the end, when you look at the statistics, and I don't want to bang on about this, they could have won it. And that is just the way that it is. But it's been an enjoyable cup tie. Stay tuned, because we're not finished here yet. We're going to get one or two of the protagonists, as well as one or two Liverpool fans, a couple of female fans there. Well, they'll be discussing post-mortems. They haven't had to do that too much, Liverpool, over the course of the season so far. Could have been a rare defeat here. And I think the Shrewsbury fans are cherishing every moment. Lauren, who had a magnificent game, I have to tell you, he got a vote from Superman of the Match, incidentally. Well, it wasn't enough to outstrip our Man of the Match award winner, who, in fact, was... I'm forgetting who it was now. It was Wally, number 7, who got the our Man in the Match vote. I think Lauren got the television award from BBC. But that is what the true flavour of the Cup's all about. Even the Liverpool fans enjoying themselves. And it's been that sort of game. It's been played in a good spirit. There was almost a little bit of an ugly incident there with Adrian at the end. But really, when you look at it from a positive point of view, what a game, played in the most dramatic spirit and a great spirit as well. And this is what cup tie football should be all about. And the Shrewsbury fans are going to enjoy this for many, many years to come. I mean, it's going to be up there with the great shocks they've always had. Of course, remember 79 when they beat Manchester City at the old Game Meadow, 2003 when they knocked down Everton. It's up there with them, that is for sure. They might not have won it today, but it will feel like a win for them. Money spinning replay at Anfield. There's gonna be about 10,000 going up to Merseyside in about 10 days' time, and this is what the cup's all about. Shiny little FA Cups, homemade FA Cups, and that is the true flavour of the competition. You tell me and tell everybody here that the romance of the cup is dead, because it's far from that, I can tell you. We're going to get to a reaction before we finish at around about 7:10 this evening. To tell you something, these fans will not go away, and they'll enjoy every moment of it. And you know what? Why not? Why not? Because they have never sampled the top flight before. Let's look at one or two of the goals. This was the second goal. It was a crossing, in fact, from the right-hand side. And Love here, under no great pressure, try to put it behind from a corner, and casually, it has to be said, put the ball into the back of the own goal, back of the net. And I thought at that point, and I didn't want to show it, but I thought the cup tie had died there. I thought it was all over, and I thought Liverpool were going to go home and hose there. And that was an horrific start for the Shrews at the start of the second half. I didn't expect that to happen, and it caught me by surprise in the come box, I have to tell you. But full credit there. There's a porter down outside the studio now, the television studio, where there's Messrs. Lineker, Shearer, Joe Harder, Burley, who had a horrendous game for the Pirates yesterday, I've got to tell you, who started his career at Shrewsbury, and Ian Ryder all sat there. They're all loving this. I think they want their 15 minutes of fame, like the great Andy Warhol once said. This is unbelievable. I'm sat in the comedy box. They're not coming to me yet. And they're not bowing to the great JB, but who cares? I was just saying at a cup time, it's going to look. We'll look back on in years to come. I think we're going to get some interviews now. Let's have a word or two with one or two of the players. Lauren, I think, is going to be speaking now with Manish Vaseem.
You always believe it shows our character. We've done that a few times coming back. But before the game, we believed we could win the game, let alone draw it. And I think he showed that we still believe we could win the game in the second half coming up. Didn't matter what setback we had. We always believed.
You almost went for a third Shrewsbury goal towards the end. Didn't you try to catch Adrian at his near post?
Move over, lad, move over. Oh, do you know what? I saw Jace in there. And I saw the gap. I just thought, you know, that's what dreams are made of. Let's go for it.
We've just been joined by Jason Cummings as well. Jason, 2 goals from off the bench. Could that have gone any better for you?
No, well, I could have got a hat-trick. 2 goals. It was a dream come true against the best team in the world. I know it wasn't their first team, but it's still good for us. Take the replay, go to Anfield. It's what the FA Cup's all about.
Do you know what Ian Wright called this? He said you'd come off the bench to score the goals, and that's exactly how it turned out.
Ian Wright, he knows his stuff. I've called every week and I'm a celeb to get him in the final. No, I'm delighted personally. Delighted for the boys. I'm delighted as well because we deserve it. Now we worked hard for it.
But did you feel that almost you had to overcome the disappointment of not even starting today?
I was expecting that my fitness isn't fully there, so I was kind of expecting to come off the bench, and I was just delighted to get on and just make an impact.
Yeah, Josh, you've already spoken about the belief you've got in the Shrewsbury team, but when you went 2-0 down, 28 seconds into the second half, after an unfortunate own goal from Donald Love, did you honestly think your chance had gone then?
You know what? No, I didn't. We've got great character in that dressing room, and I think we've got nothing to lose out there. Just go for it. There's no pressure on us. The pressure was on them to beat us. So we always believed, and that would be any game, not in the FA Cup against anyone. It would be anyone we play against.
What was the message from Sam Ricketts at half time?
I was there. I was outside. I was warming up. So ask him.
Gaffer just told us to believe.
He told you to believe?
Yeah, he said that we'll get chances, and he was right. And Cumdor came on at the end there, and done what he does.
He gave me the penalty, but I wanted to take it, but yeah, I'm glad he gave me.
And you both got the prospect now of a replay at Anfield of all places.
No, that'd be really good. It'd be good for the fans, good for the chairman as well, making a few quid. And no, we're all delighted. We can't wait to get there.
Unbelievable! Can't wait for it. It's something everyone dreams of.
Josh, you got better as the game went on. You are today's man of the match, Jason.
Deserve it, mate.
Two really good heroes there. Josh, Lauren, who got the television vote, and what a performance. And then Cummings, and look at that. This is what the FA Cup's all about. And look at that, they're even showing them the FA Cup now. They are loving it down there over to my right-hand side. They are absolutely loving it. And why not? It's been an amazing day. We're going to try and get some more reaction, hopefully, from Jurgen Klopp, we hope, or before 7:10 this evening, because I'll tell you something, this is what cup tie football is all about. This is the penalty incident, definite penalty. Larouki bringing down Lauren, and Lovren got himself in a right old mess, and Larouki having to cover. I think it was just inside the penalty box, right on the line, and if it's on the line, it's a penalty. Cummings, right-footed, into the left corner, and it gave Shrewsbury that bit of hope they were hoping for. They had other opportunities before that, before he came on. I think Wally had a couple of chances. Lang had a chance that was well saved by Adrian at 2-0. But that penalty really gave them more belief. And I felt at that point they could get an equaliser, at least. I didn't honestly believe they would try and win the game. They almost did towards the end. And then this fella here, Cummings, comes on, gets away from the defender, smashes it into the centre of the net, cuts in from the left-hand side, and Lovren again caught out. Not good captaincy, that. Not good play by him. Williams as well, who had a magnificent game against Everton. Didn't have a great game incidentally tonight though, and that's a great finish. And Adrian will be annoyed about that. Terrific performance though. As much as I'm gonna take some plaudits for the commentary, it takes two teams to produce a good commentary, and I've got to say big up to not just Liverpool but to Shrewsbury more often than not. Let's hear from Sam Licketts, who's now chatting with Gary Lineker.
Whole team talk goes out the window in a minute.
I think it's like 33 seconds or something like that. Something unbelievable. We've done it this year. The belief within the group is unbelievable, to be fair. And for such a new group of players, you get the right characters in and they never say die. And the game was there, they felt it. Jason, come on, I know you're talking about him there. He's a goal scorer. He really is. And the game was just feeling us, waiting to get him on. And I just needed him to get a chance. And when he gets it on, he takes it.
Just the motions you've gone through in that second half, is that the highlight of your managerial career so far?
It probably is. If we won,
this is Liverpool. This is Liverpool.
This is Liverpool. And it is. If we won, definitely. But I can't go away from the game was there for us, I have to say. But the players were excellent. They really, really were. The chances we had were one-on-one first half, a couple more like half one-on-one sort of thing. But I can't ask any more of them. They've taken a team who were very, very good.
What does this mean to you out here, to you and to the player? I mean, it's incredible, isn't it?
We are, and I've spoken about many times, I'm young into it, I'm only 18 months into it, but we're 6 months into like a long-term project here. The club's run fantastically well by the chairman, not in any debt. Joe knows he probably paid off a bit of the debt with his transfer fee. We do everything within our means. We're just trying to build a squad that can challenge higher up, and but all do it from a profitable base.
Will it be difficult now, having done this, to lift the players for regular League One football? That is something you've got to
I have to say, generally this year, I can count on one hand the times when I don't think we've turned up this year. 16th in the league, 7 points outside the playoffs. So it's not a big difference. We have to take this belief and grow as a team, and see where it takes us.
Let's show you the equaliser, the second goal for Cummins, just to give you a feeling, the emotion that was taking place. There's quite a bit going on in the studio with Joe, and your players all ran up to the window as well.
I fancy Jason every time he gets the ball anywhere near the goal. You fancy him to score a goal. He's a great lad. He's had a little bit of indifferent time. All we've done, in all fairness to him, is get him as fit as we can, so he can play and play as much as he can, because he scores. He's a goal scorer.
All he had one similar. That was just the one you're on about in the first half. It was similar one, very similar to that, wasn't he?
As soon as he goes through weaker foot or not, I know where he's going to put him.
Tell me, after that 2-2, there's 15, 20 minutes to go, whatever it is, are you thinking, I want to go to Anfield, or are you thinking, I want to get through?
For 5 minutes, I was thinking, let's go and we'll get it. So we're just thinking about a change to try and get us back into the game. And then the later it goes on, and they start bringing on Firmino, so hold on, a little bit of respect now, lads. We have to change now a little bit.
But that is a huge compliment, the fact that they brought on Firmino.
He was only on the pitch 30 seconds, he hardly touched the ball, and the minute the pitch just opened up, just off his movement, and we're like, alarm bells.
What will it mean going to Anfield?
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's for the players. I said, listen, as you could have won it, but you wanted to go back to Anfield, didn't you? That's what you've got to do. And it's great for the supporters, the chairman, the club, but you know what it does for us long term, and obviously revenue-wise as well.
I hope you've given the players a day off tomorrow, have you?
Well, think about it. We've got to go again. We're down at Gillingham on Wednesday, so we'll be off tomorrow, recover right, and then we'll go again.
You talked about the significance of the finance there. What difference does it make in terms of perhaps bringing in new players?
It can be players, it can be facilities, something that long-term benefit of the club. So Joe knows his club better than anyone, but when the chairman took over 24 years ago, they were $1 million in debt, a couple of $100,000 a year losing. They own the ground, we own the training ground. Now, can we inch better? Can we make the pitch a bit better? Can we invest in all the things behind the scenes, which mean long-term, this club has a better chance of competing above its weight?
The goalkeeper also played an important part. Made a terrific save when it was 2-1, I believe, wasn't it, at the time when O'Leary? Joe, you were particularly impressed with his save, weren't you?
These balls, I don't know if they're exactly the same as the league balls, but they do move that stick a lot, and he really had to keep his eye on that. It's a great wrist. And then he's kept hold of it and sent it up the other end of the field to your man Cummins, and it's 2-2. And a late save as well with the block.
Yes, he's a fantastic young keeper. We got him on loan from Bristol City. Brilliant hands. He's come here to play, and he's playing, and that's what he's about.
Joe's contract's up when the summer's
He's only on loan. You're coming on.
Never get again.
Amazing.
This is great things. This is what football's all about, especially for us. Our league is obviously our bread, but this is what makes it for the supporters and everything around it.
I hate to interrupt you, Sam, but we've got the other.
Right, let's hear from Jurgen Klopp. He's talking with Manish.
To 2-2 in the end. How do you reflect on that then?
Oh yes, we had today so many invitations, sent so many invitations to the opponent, and that's difficult then to win a game. So I don't think that we have enough time to tell all the things which were not right today. Scored a really wonderful goal, to be honest. That was not the only football moment, but it was a football moment. And apart from that, we gave them already first half. I think Adrian had absolutely too much to do. So he was brilliant. The counterattacks they had when we lost the ball, when they slowed the game down with their formation, we lost the ball in the wrong moment. And we are too wide, and that's how it is. And so they had the counterattacks. But then, big present directly after half-time, 2-0. It just didn't look like on the pitch like 2-0. It looked like we were 2-1 down or something like this. So difficult to explain immediately after the game, but well deserved. Congratulations to Shrewsbury. That was the minimum what they deserved today.
Jürgen, thanks for coming to talk to us.
Welcome.
He doesn't look very happy there. We're going to have to go in a minute, but what a game. I tell you what, Trevor's right. It was a great job. I just thought it might potentially be a banana skin for Liverpool. I know they've been playing well, and I've seen Liverpool about a dozen times and commentated on them about 10 times this season and in various competitions. And I have to say this is probably the worst that they've played. I thought they played well in the last round against Everton, but well, what a day! And thank you to everybody that's joined me, Trevor himself, Trevor Sports, Panini, Russ, Sue. I'm sorry, Sue, that Liverpool didn't get the win that you wanted. They might do it at Anfield. Who knows? One thing's for certain. I think one thing's for absolutely sure. We've had a cracking cup tie here at the New Meadow today. The crowd are quieting down, and I tell you what a game. What a game. My thanks to New Caden, thanks to Russ, thanks to Panini, thanks to Trevor Sports. And Trevor's going to be, and what we're going to do is for Trevor as well, just before we leave you, is we're going to try and make him a moderator. Trevor, you're going to have a new honor bestowed on you. You are now our newest moderator. You're now a fully paid up member, and you're going to also hopefully be one of our commentators later on in the season. Trevor is now a moderator for our channel now. So any spammers watching, Trevor's about now. So Trevor officially has been made a moderator, but he'll be getting more roles as the season rolls on because I'm going to be needed to do probably more commentaries. Thank you very much to Trevor. Thank you to you, Caton. Thank you to Sue. Very gracious. I tell you what, Sue is not like any. Sue is one of the most fair-minded football fans you'll ever hear, and I think she is very magnanimous. But well done to everybody here who's commented. Well done, of course, to our man in the match as well. Well, when we pick these times, we pick them hopefully with shocks in mind. Well, hopefully we'll be bringing you that other match tomorrow night. It depends on the availability of the PlayStation. Hopefully we will. We'll announce it properly on our Facebook page. And if you've not been added to the Facebook page or not liked the Facebook page, let me just remind you of that. We have a Facebook companion page. So it's all the W's, Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/JB Claret for that particular page. And also, so a formal announcement will be made properly tomorrow. You're too young on Facebook. Well, there's a lot of people that might listen that might be interested. Anyway, we'll also play a few clips from Shrewsbury goals with my commentary a bit later on as well. Don't forget the match for FIFA 19 where I'm rebooting the old ITV series. We're going to have some cup tie. I'm going to edit some cup ties for that a bit later on as well. So look out for them. So I'll be playing a few of those, including also the league game between United and Liverpool from last week. We haven't put on yet, so we're going to have a few of those as well, and plus 4 FA Cup ties from our take on the FA Cup, and we'll see what happens. As regards to episode 2, I don't know because I'm very busy at the moment, New Caton. I'm going to be busy this next few days, and I'm not going to be available on Wednesday because I'm in Oldham seeing friends. But I'll let you know. We'll let you know in due course when that happens. It's going to be I think it might just be a monthly thing. Better to keep it monthly then, because it allows me then to get clips. It allows me to edit. It's a film. It's a show that's pre-filmed and it's pre-edited. So, and it takes a lot of my time editing stuff. It takes a long time to do. So, I might make it a monthly series. So, fantastic. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, on Wednesday, a friend actually. She's a female friend. She's a lovely friend called Karen. We've been friends for 8 years, and we're great. We're great friends, and she's like a sister to me, really. So, I'm looking forward to having a bit of a catch up. But anyway, enough about my personal stuff. It's time to go. What in the 2.5 hours of absolute. We have had the lot. We've had absolutely the lot here at the New Meadow today. You guys who have you've been amazing. Trevor Sports, thank you for the 500 Trevor bonds, of course. That has made my weekend, and it's cheered me up after a horrible defeat for the Clarets yesterday. And this is made up as well. What a cup tie we could have. I mean, out of all the cup ties we could have picked, we had to pick. I think we picked the best one of the day. The other two games, in case you want to know the scores and you don't know already, Manchester City scored 4 against Fulham, and Tranmere were pounded 6-0 at home to Manchester United. But the story of the day is that Shrewsbury, the pucky League One side from Shropshire, have taken Liverpool to a replay at Anfield. They came from 2-0 down. They practically came back from the dead and scored 2 magnificent goals. One a penalty, which was rightly given, and Cummings getting his second goal with a superb bit of skill and a cool finish by Adrian. They could have nicked it at the end, of course, through Laurent. Speculative right-hand side shot that nearly caught Adrian out. But it's like a shock. It's like a win for them. They're going to make a few bob out of it, and good luck to them. And they deserve. And Sam Ricketts and his team, well, what I think tonight, deserve every future success they get, because they've earned that respect, certainly from me and everyone here around the country and here on this channel, from everybody. It's been amazing. Anyway, from Trevor, New Caton, thank you to Trevor, of course. Thanks to the Trevor Bonds. New Caton, Stu, Panini, Russ, and everybody else that's tuned in tonight. Thank you very much for your company. We'll do it all again soon, I'm sure. We'll make a formal announcement on tomorrow's game tomorrow morning or whatever. It depends. If we have the PlayStation available, then yes, we will go for it. If not, we'll make an announcement either way. But thank you very much for tuning in. What a game. What a cup tie. I'm knackered. I'm off. What a day for Shrewsbury. A day that I'll never forget. I'm tired. I need a cup of tea. I need a Guinness. Thank you. I'm going to spend my Trevor bonds on a pint of Guinness because I think I've earned it. Thank you to everybody. Thanks, everybody. From me, JB, at New Meadow, on a day of real FA Cup drama. Who said it's goodbye with the... And I'll leave you with this thought. Who said that the romance of the FA Cup was dead? Good evening to you all. Good night.